Hey guys, what's going on? Eric, the Vintage Flipper. Wanted to take a break from listing and got back with the family, and we were doing a couple of things, and wanted to talk about this one issue I had. So I saw this camera, and in the past, I sourced cameras, whether it be camcorders or still cameras, digital cameras, any kind of camera. Hey, what's up, Kevin? So I'm talking about cameras, and the question is, should I continue to source? I've been frustrated currently with. So let me talk about this case that I've had. So let me pull it up on screen. So this is a bundle I found. It first off, I didn't do my due diligence. Okay, what I grabbed the box and it was a Canon box. Now this is a Sigma SA300 film camera, and it came with it's a 300 millimeter, and it came with an extra lens, and it was like for $4. So I was like, oh yeah, I'm definitely picking this up, no problem. Picking this up, no problem. And when I eventually looked at it, like this is not even a Canon. So I was like, all right, I could salvage this. I could definitely let's see what these are worth, and they were worth pretty good money until I started looking at the. Let me show you some of the pictures here. Let me go full zoom here and show you some of the pictures. So there's the extra lens that it came with. Thought it was pretty decent. Camera looks pretty good, right? Pretty nice. Starting to look a little sketchy, right? It's like, look at the mode select that's kind of like wearing off, and it had this like stickiness to it. Look at that. Oof. So I was like, hey, I put in the description, like, this back door is hosed. So the guy who ended up buying it knew the door was, I said for parts, whatever. And the guy knew that. And look at this lens, though. Lens looks pretty good, right? Looks pretty nice. Until, that even looks nice, right? So what happens is I get a return request, and I'm like, and he was pissed. And he said, this description did not fit anything that I said. And I was like, well, what was the problem? And he said the issue was that it had fungus in the lens. Both lenses were no good. He's like, it was just, I can't salvage them. I can't use them. That's really why I bought them. I bought them for the lens. So he paid a total of, I think, like $45, and he asked for a return request, and so I was gonna have to pay for it, and so I was gonna have to create the label and pay for it, and it was gonna be $15, and I'm like, yeah. Like, so I have $4 into it plus shipping, so I'm $20 into this already. If he's claiming that the lenses are hosed, I knew the camera was already hosed. Why do I want this thing back? So I decided to cut my losses, and I'm like, here's a full refund. I'm not going to pay $15 for another label. I don't want to go. I don't want to further myself into the hole with this purchase. And I decided, hey, chalk it up to, this is a big mess up. Fungus in the lens. I know. I had no idea. And I looked at it and I'm like, it looks clean to me. I mean, I didn't look through the lens. I analyzed it and it looked fine to me, Kevin. So I don't know. So I took a hit. So I ended up eating $20 on this one. I mean, and the big game, it doesn't even make a blip on my radar. But so I started pondering, every return I usually get is on an electronic. Whether it's a vintage tape player, dual cassette player, VCR, anything that I've ever gotten returns. I would say the majority of my returns have been electronics. But I've done well. I've done well with flipping electronics. So I'm like, do I want to continue doing this, or do I want to stick with the shirt game? I'm good at the shirt game and other hard goods, but electronics is it's a toughy thing. So I'd love to get your opinion. If you flip, if you're watching this, put in the comments. You know, what due diligence do you do? I actually bring batteries with me. I have I don't have it on me right now. I have a pocket knife that has like a screwdriver. So if I need to open up a compartment or whatever to check it out, I will most likely try to plug it in. But see, what's tough with the camera is you can't test that camera out because the battery's dead, and I'm not going to have every single type of battery for every single type of camera. So I take a gamble, and I'm like, yeah. I mean, I know when something's like been lightly used versus roached. This thing was roached. Against my better judgment, I should have passed on this thing. But I think what had me going for it was $4. I'm like, take a risk. Parts. I've done well with just buying junk electronics, that rolled electronics, and I have no idea how to do the autographed baseball card game. Yeah, I mean, you have to. I heard a statistic, Kevin, that 80% the baseball card game is they're fakes. So I used to do that, but I used to purchase. I think half my collection probably is fake. My New York Jets collection, but you go with a PSA or a Steiner, go with an official autograph company, and it's certified. I back in the day in the '90s when I got my Keyshawn Johnsons and Wayne Corbetts, it would say like certificate of authority, but it was like the guy printed it on a printer. It's hilarious. So, yeah. So but right now my game is t-shirts. I'm very good at t-shirts. I don't get returns. I make a pretty good profit on them. And various hard goods. I'm trying to get into the shoe game. I'm in the sport game, sports jerseys, bobbleheads, anything culture. I love '90s, anything '90s. I love trucker hats. So those are the things that I really concentrate on. Vintage jackets, vintage coats, starter jackets from the '90s. I those turn up. But it's inconsistent. It depends on the thrift store, and I'm in the Northeast Pennsylvania. See a lot of Eagle stuff. See a lot of Pittsburgh stuff. Giants, Yankees, Jets. And sometimes most of it's roach. I love finding the '80s stuff. I'll find like '80s, late '80s shirts. Oh, I love single stitch shirts. I love concert tees. So yeah, but I'm trying not to corner myself into one type of you know product to flip. Because again, it's a business. So that's something I just took a bath on. I just you know let me see what else I sold recently. Like this. A day clock. I see it. It's brand new in the box, and I'm like, all right, looks pretty good. Brand new, never used. Like I didn't even know what a day clock was. I guess people don't care about the time, but they need to know what day it is. It's the most craziest thing. But I did pretty well on this. What did I sell it for? I sold it for $40. $40. 31.80 to be exact. I took a best offer actually on it. Paid $3 for it. So I made a pretty good profit. Here's another thing. I sold this for $12.99. This was a brass door. I got this at a garage sale. I paid 10 cents for it. 10 cents. I had a big bundle. And so, yeah, brass door knob. Small one. Quick flip. Actually, that took 6 months to flip that one. But I knew it was going to be a long tail. It's not like a hot item. Um, Tony Hawk, skateboard, video games. Here's a T-shirt. Made $17 on this one. Paid 99 cents for this. Coca-Cola sells. Dual shirt, extra large. I think it was a woman's shirt. I got better with my pictures, actually. I'm not using, I'm waiting out those, and I'm not using backgrounds anymore. So that's one thing I'm changing. Sold a cast iron. Look at that thing. This thing was heavy. What's nice was it was only 5 pounds, fit perfectly in a shoebox. I was nervous about that. I bubble wrapped it. It was snug. And this comes from France. I could have gotten more. Somebody asked me why I didn't get more. The handle was a little roached, and you can see like the bottom's a little roached. That's why I didn't go for. Typically, they go for 45, $50, but this was cast iron, heavy, and they had 2 colors. This company had 2 colors. This was the flaming orange, they called it. Les croissants, flaming orange, cast iron. So I got a good deal for it. Sold a nice Levi's jacket. It was a flannel. $71. Yes, this one went pretty fast too. I had this double posted on Grilled. Yeah, this one was pretty cool. Trucker jacket with the flannel. There was a couple on here with comps, and that fit nicely in a priority flat rate. I think I paid $4 in shipping. I got $65 for those Mets Apple hats. You kidding me? I paid $20 for them. I bought a bulk of them. When the 7-Line has them, they only sell them. Let me see what the last one went for. Let me scroll down here. Apple hats, where are you? Let's see. I haven't sold one in a while. A while being 2 weeks. Because he put them out available again, and everyone was buying them. I do well. So now they'll go at it. Here's one. Yeah, I got $64 for this. $64 brand new. I bought 6 more. So I make a pretty good profit on these. And this sucker's brand new. Gorgeous. Still has the tags on it, you can see. What's going to happen is he won't sell these again until April. And so people are going to want them. I'm going to start, probably seeing February, March, April. I need them. So 2 sold. Oh, yeah. This was my other posting. I have an active posting now. I only had 2 at that time. So I made my money. I doubled my money. And I was like, man, I'm going to buy more. And then I got a notice that he was selling more. Vintage Devils 95 shirt. I love sports stuff. Look at that. Single stitch. It's stretched out. It's not the greatest. Look, the graphics are cracking. It still sells. People want what they want. Just because it's like a little ripped up doesn't mean it's not going to sell, right? I got these for like 10 cents a pop. Again, hearing aids. And they're expired, by the way. Expired. They have an expiration date. These were expired in July 2019. And I got $15 for them. I'm not breaking the bank here. I'm not like, let me see some of the better sales. Here was a good one. This was a Coast Guard embroidered jacket. I had no idea what I was buying, but I'm like, I took one look at it in the store, and I'm like, that is a heck of a patch. Look at that thing. Woo! So I'm like, definitely. So I like to show detail in my pictures like that. Again, I'm not using this background anymore. That's actually a green screen, but I won't use a green screen anymore. I'm using flat lays now. So the pictures are going to show up differently. Here's one. I bought this for $12. It was, 67 of 500. First turn, Billy Posh. No idea who that is, but he's like a local race car driver in that type of style. There's his autograph. I think he's passed away. Got $85 for this thing. That's the artist's signature. It's nicely matted. It's nice, right? That's where it was framed from in New Jersey. You know, I like to show the faults with it. I show like, hey, it's not perfect. Still sold. Still sold for. I had 120 on it. I took an offer of $89, something like that. Let's see what else. New York Rangers, $25. What month are we in? We're in December here. It's Tonka truck. Paid $3 for this. $3. My daughter played with it for a while before I sold it, and I got $65 for it. What? Yep. So you get an idea of like, it's big, it's cool, it's got controls on it, makes noise. It's retired. It was 2000. It's a 2007. So I had $49 on it, but I got $63.91 with shipping. So I did pretty well on those. Then on these LL Beans, $59. Bought these for $5. These were brand new. Look at it. Look how nice that is. Those are never used. Like it still had the thing inside. Yeah, so I got good money for that. I mean, it had some marks right over there. And I used a new app to get that white background like that. No, actually, that was an Amazon, the Amazon app. So they normally go for $89. I got what did I get for them? $60. 59.54 to be exact. Look, I sold that frying pan, and then they realized that they canceled it. See, it says canceled over there because they realized that the shipping was going to be too much, and they're like, forget it. So I sold it twice. Flasks I sell. This was pretty cool. This was $3. This Gold Sand, Michigan Wolverines. Look at this thing. That's dope. Look at that. It even sold with a friggin' name on it. A name tag. Roy Ostrom. And yeah, it sold for good money. I had 54 on it, and I think I took a best offer of 35, but it ended up being 46.20. See what other big items here. I mean, they're not big items. $14, $11, $19. Here's a big item. $72 for this Oscar the Grouch. This one, I got 4 of these suckers. Not the same one, but like, I got 4 characters for $15. And they all went for like hundreds of dollars. This one, I think I got the least amount for $75 because it's 1976. Original tags. Yeah, that was a very good score for me. Let's see if I can find the other ones. Plush does well. Look at this Herbie the Elf. Paid $1 for this one. Sold it for $90. What? CVS, brand new with the tags. 22-incher. There's the tag. What year is that? 1999. Yeah, I saw that. I snatched that up quickly. $1 at my local thrift store. 99 bucks for that sucker. Whoops. So I have it listed there at 80. But I mean, with shipping, I got 91.39. Sold a skateboard for 35 bucks. Here's a Apple hat for $70. So I sold those two. Get this. Did you ever like come across like knitted scarves? This sucker paid $1 for this combo. Total 70s, right? Look at that retro. Look at that. It's crazy, right? And I sold it for 30 bucks. I think with shipping I got $29.99. This one, this is my chip lot. I have so it's for $94.77. I have 44 of these. So yeah, these are rare. This is Bugsy Siegel. Bugsy Siegel. The guy who started Vegas from the Flamingo Hotel in the 40s. Yeah, that guy. This is roulette chip number 1. Very rare. I have 44 of them, and I found them in Pennsylvania. Don't ask. I have no idea how they got there. I'm not complaining. So, yeah, I put these up for auction to see what the market's going to, 13 bids for $94. I had a multi-chip bid. I had 4 different chips. Let's see what those were. Oh, I don't know when I sold it. Thought I sold it recently. I even sell skis. Look at this. $122 for these skis. Paid 15 bucks for them. These are called Snowblades from Canada. I didn't even know what they were. Look at these bindings. Has some cool, excuse me, X-Fly made in Canada. You know, you can see they're in pretty good shape. I mean, as far as skis go, see a little bit of rust on them. Had some markings on the front right there, see? So I had them for $99, but with shipping, it came up to $129. So I made a good profit there. So anyway, I wanted to show a couple of things. Just wanted to pop on. I really wanted to talk about the cameras, and I did. So I'm going to contemplate if I'm going to continue to be more critical of what I source. Because I don't want to be like refunding. And how many current listings do you have? I have about let's see. I think I had 400. Tell you in a minute. 422, but I just took off. What I've been doing is I've been taking off a lot. So if they're going to expire that day, I clean them up. So it's been like a 30-day period. So my strategy is, all right, change the pictures out. And like I said, a lot of these pictures have like that green screen background. I had this app where it cleans it out and makes it a white background. So I change them out, put a white background on there, and then I do some wordsmithing, and I tweak it, the prices, and I do a little more comps on them. I put them back up. And so I try to do 10 of those a day, including 10 new posts a day. So I'm trying to get 20 a day. And my goal is, so it's so hard because like I was at 450 at one point. I'm at 422. I'm trying to get to be a steady 1,000. Easier said than done, right? And so I gotta really move, and I gotta be consistent, and I haven't been consistent. I mean, as far as 10's not gonna cut it. I gotta go like 20 a day. So I just took like 25 photographs this afternoon, and I'm cleaning up the images, and I'm going to be posting later tonight. Yeah, that Bizarre app. That was from Surnotch Connect. He's like, hey, you got to see this app. And even though I had to pay for it, and it was like one time $40, I think it was one time. It was totally worth it. Game changer for me because I no longer have to use like 3 apps to like clean up these images. Like I just take a regular picture with my iPhone and Bizarre it. Just whoop, clean it up and I'm done. And what I do is I Dropbox everything. So I open the Dropbox app on my iPhone, and I have it set to automatically send everything into Dropbox, go upstairs, or I go into my laptop, and then photos are sitting in a folder for me, and then I do all the posts, and I try to batch them all at once. So I don't do a full listing like I'm going to take the picture, I'm going to put it in inventory, I'm going to tag it and bag it, and then I don't do that all at once. Like I take the photograph and bag it. And then, so I always have like items waiting at every stage. I have like 20 items sitting over there ready to be photographed. I have 20 items that are already photographed. I have 20 items sitting in draft format ready for the go button, and then I have 10 items that I just ended. So that's kind of been my strategy right now, but I got to up those numbers. I have to just basically increase. I just have to increase. I really don't have to source. I'm loaded. Let me see if we can move my camera. I got this camera right here. So this is inventory that's listed. Everything you see over there is inventory that's listed. And this this is my death pile. Everything hanging there, everything in a bin, and everything on this shelf, and everything over there. Yes, that's ugly. That's my death pile. So I have to I say I don't have to source, but I like to source. I mean, come on. That's the fun part. And yeah, I mean, if somebody told me I couldn't source anymore, and here's the tip. This month, everyone's like New Year's resolution, clean out their basement, right? Thrift stores are going nuts right now. Like people are like, oh, no sourcing January. And I'm going, that's silly to me because the good stuff is sitting in thrift stores now. Everyone's dumping their stuff. They can't handle everything that's coming through. So if you're gonna do that, I'm gonna take a break, no source month, pick a summer. That's what I would do. Definitely not around the holidays, and definitely not around the New Year when everyone's making New Year's resolution, and definitely not around the spring. So anyway, I thank Kent and Kevin for giving me comments. If you're watching this afterwards and you enjoyed this video, make sure you subscribe to my channel. If you came upon it some other reason, if you came upon it on Facebook or YouTube, definitely go on YouTube. Follow me on Instagram. I'm on Twitter, Flipper Vintage, and I'm very active on both those sites. And I'm gonna, my New Year's resolution is I'm gonna try to be more active on video. All right. Thank you for watching. Take care.